What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous here once again. I am back for my Hell in a Cell 2017 prediction. Now, Hell in a Cell is the next SmackDown pay-per-view, and it is this Sunday live on the WWE Network from the Little Caesar Center in Detroit, Michigan. Now, last year this was a Raw event. Now, this year is a SmackDown event, and this SmackDown and this show looks to be even better than last year's. We got 7 big-time matches, and all the SmackDown titles are on the line. So I could not wait to do these predictions, and I hope you guys do enjoy this. Now, our record coming into Hell in a Cell this year after our last WWE pay-per-view, which was of course No Mercy, we went 6-2. So our overall record coming into this card is 54-37-1. So we're coming off our first winning record since Great Balls of Fire when it comes to WWE pay-per-views. We ended our 2 pay-per-view losing streak, and now we're looking to have our first SmackDown pay-per-view winning streak since our last winning streak, which our last winning record on pay-per-view for SmackDown was Backlash, and that was in May. So hopefully we will end our SmackDown losing streak when it comes to pay-per-views. Now, before I begin, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos up until this point. Again, we're now in the month of October, so again, thank you guys so very much for what you guys did in September. Now we're in the month of October, and hopefully you guys will continue the big success we had in the month of September into the month of October and beyond. Now, if you have not checked out my channel update that lets you guys know what is coming up in October and November on the channel, definitely go check that out. I'll have it in the description box down below. Now, this is the second of 5. Yes, 5 videos will be up on the channel today. Now, later today I had my Major League Baseball postseason wildcard predictions. If you're Major League Baseball fans like myself, definitely go watch that. And then after this video, I'll have my next New Japan Pro Wrestling pay-per-view, which is King of Pro Wrestling, which we will see Tomohiro Ishii challenge Tetsuya Naito for the Wrestle Kingdom 12 briefcase main event. And we'll also see King of Darkness Evil challenge the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Rainmaker Okada. So that my King of Pro Wrestling predictions will be up right after this video, and 2 more videos after that. So remember, 5 videos will be up on the channel, so hopefully you guys will watch all 5 videos. Now we are at officially 200 subscribers. Again, I cannot say thank you enough, guys. If you saw my thank you for 200 subscribers video, again, thank you guys so very much for getting this channel to 200 subscribers. To new subscribers, thank you guys for super kicking that subscribe button, and welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. It's absolutely great to have you here. And to my longtime subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around, supporting the channel, and killing it. Now, this is your first time watching my channel as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video. Boy, you picked a good one if you're a WWE fan. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I am JT Dangerously, and welcome to the club, because this club is just to whoop whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these Hell in a Cell predictions. Now, if they do add any other matches to this card, I will have them in the comment section below. But I'm going to do the 7 matches that are confirmed on this card. Now, let's start off with the first matchup, a very interesting one-on-one battle between the Legend Killer Randy Orton versus the Bulgarian Brute Rusev. Now, this whole thing started at SummerSlam, where Randy Orton defeated Rusev in less than 10 seconds. Then, a few weeks ago on SmackDown, Rusev defeated Randy Orton thanks to the help of Aiden English to beat Orton in 9 seconds. And then, 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, the people they were giving Rusev the key to the city in a part of Bulgaria that he lives in, and it was Happy Rusev Day. And lo and behold, you cannot have a party without the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, getting those RKOs out of nowhere on Aiden English and Rusev. So this matchup is a very interesting matchup, but I don't understand why we're getting a 3rd match between these two. I mean, I thought the match at SummerSlam was such a what the fuck moment, and the second match was just okay, Rusev gets the win back. So I don't know how this build is. I mean, is it going to be 5 seconds in this matchup that's going to take? It's like whoever can get pinned with their finisher faster. And again, you can see how much they don't really give a shit about Rusev and Randy Orton right now on SmackDown Live, because they're booking them in just the boringest fashion. I mean, you're putting somebody like Randy Orton, a former 13-time world champion, in matches he's like he doesn't really give a shit anymore. And what they're doing with Rusev, I mean, ever since he's come back and been on SmackDown, he really has not changed. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's the same. I'm from Bulgaria and I'm better than you, and then you get the USA chants in the crowd. Now, so coming from me in this first matchup, this one's tough because Orton got his win at SummerSlam, so he's already got his pay-per-view win. Now, here's a dangerous fact: Rusev's last win on pay-per-view was 2016 at Battleground. That was the last win for Rusev on pay-per-view. So he's been on a year-long losing streak on pay-per-view. So with that being said, I think I got to go with the upset here. I think Rusev deserves a win on pay-per-view for the first time in over a year, and I think this will be the right time to do it. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking the upset, and I'm taking Rusev to defeat Randy Orton. And now the next matchup, another very interesting singles matchup featuring the not-so-show-off Dolph Ziggler and making his SmackDown Live pay-per-view debut. He is the glorious Bobby Roode. Now, starting off with Dolph Ziggler, a few weeks ago, a month ago on SmackDown, he said in an interview, he's going to repackage himself. He's going to be a better, new and improved Dolph Ziggler. And when he said that, a lot of people were very interested. Is he going to do some other gimmick? But we soon found out that gimmick was insulting every wrestler's gimmick through the years. He's insulted Bayley's gimmick. He's insulted HBK's gimmick. Well, he's been doing that all his career. He mocked the Ultimate Warrior, Triple H. He's mocked DX. He's mocked The Undertaker 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. He's just been saying, anybody can do this. Anybody can put a robe on or put tassels on and say he's a WWE superstar, but they can't hold a candle to Dolph Ziggler because I'm the show-off and I'm the best damn wrestler on the planet, and you just and the fans just don't give a shit. So, and that's kind of true. And then that same 2 weeks ago when he was imitating The Undertaker, the glorious Bobby Roode came out saying, you say you're the best wrestler in the planet, but you're not glorious, and I want to challenge you at Hell in a Cell. And Ziggler said, you're everything that I hate about the WWE. The robe, the look, the catchy catchphrase for the fans, like the glorious song. That's what Ziggler hates the most. He hates seeing other people be successful other than him. And that's being honest. And then on the other side, you have Bobby Roode, who's making his SmackDown and main roster pay-per-view debut. I mean, the former NXT World Champion, the it factor of professional wrestling. When they got Bobby Roode, SmackDown became glorious. And when it comes to glorious, it is all that and a bag of chips. So coming from me in this huge one-on-one matchup, again, I've heard Ziggler, this could be his last match because they're saying that he's not going to renew his contract with WWE. He's just going to leave, so good riddance. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking the glorious Bobby Roode to defeat Dolph Ziggler. And now the next matchup, it is for the United States Championship. Now, starting with the challenger, he is the Lone Wolf and the former Money in the Bank briefcase holder. He is Baron Corbin versus he is the reigning and defending United States Champion. If you know his music, his old music, you know who I'm talking about. I am. Well, get ready to fly. Of course, that is the music of the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Now, this is now starting off with Baron Corbin. He is looking to win his first singles title in the WWE since he's been there. He has been waiting to get this one-on-one opportunity for the United States title. Of course, he has been squandering every opportunity he can get. I mean, he was the former Money in the Bank winner, and he lost it a week before SummerSlam. So that was just kind of the low point in Baron Corbin's career. I mean, they've been doing these little running jokes about him going into SummerSlam, and now he's coming in just looking to shut the people up. I mean, he has attacked a lot of people. He's attacked Ty Dillinger when he was answering AJ's open challenge. He is single-handedly he is just looking to get a title right now because everybody's just saying, where's your briefcase? And, you know, he is just squandered every opportunity. So this is a big opportunity for Baron Corbin. Then on the other side, you have AJ Styles, who's the reigning United States champion, and he has been a hell of a United States champion coming from me. Now, in the history of Hell in a Cell, the United States Championship has only changed hands once, and the last time that happened was John Cena to, of course, Alberto Del Rio. So AJ Styles' record coming in here is AJ's record as the United States champion is really good at 6-1. So he's coming in hot for sure. And he has been, again, they've been feuding. AJ's been feuding with Corbin a few times now. Of course, you add Ty Dillinger to that mix, and it's kind of been a very interesting United States Championship challenge. Now, coming from me, again, ever since AJ lost the WWE title, the WWE title picture has not been the same. And honestly, I would rather see AJ Styles in that situation. I want to see him back in the WWE title picture because he still has not got his rematch since the Royal Rumble, and that was what, the beginning of the year. He hasn't had a title shot since January. So, again, as much as I like AJ as the United States champion, I would rather have him the WWE champion again, because that what's got the ratings up was when AJ Styles, and being the WWE champion on the house that AJ Styles bit that SmackDown Live, it has to happen. So coming from me in this matchup, again, if they could add Ty Dillinger to this and make it a triple threat match, but it kind of looks, if they do, this pick will still be, I will still stick with this pick. So coming from me in this United States Championship title matchup, I have never picked against AJ Styles. I've never picked against AJ, but if I want him to be the WWE champion again, he has to lose this belt. So coming from me, I am taking, unfortunately, Baron Corbin to defeat AJ Styles and become the brand new United States champion, so AJ Styles can move up and challenge for the WWE Championship again. And now the next matchup, it is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Of course, the challenger, she is the daughter of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and she is the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Champion. She is a cut above the rest. She is Charlotte Flair versus the reigning and defending SmackDown Women's Champion. She is the daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart and part of the Hart family. She is Natalya. Now, this is once again the battle between the Flairs and the Harts. Now, I think the last time these two wrestled each other for a women's title was, I think, at Payback in Chicago, where, of course, we all know what happened. The Chicago screw job with Charlotte being the Raw Women's Champion, defeating Natalya with the sharpshooter, but she never tapped out. So this is a rematch, I think, of Payback. Now, Charlotte became the #1 contender by defeating Becky Lynch, Lana, Naomi, and Tamina in a fatal four-way match. Tamina, Naomi, and Becky in a fatal four-way match to become the #1 contender. Now, this is her first pay-per-view title match because she's been in these ridiculous six-man matches, and it's just like she's the best wrestler on SmackDown Live, and she's not even in the title picture, and now she's definitely in the title picture now. Now, she has not been on television for a while. She hasn't been on pay-per-view since the accident with Nature Boy Ric Flair. And again, it's great to hear that he is recovering, because the wrestling would not be the same without the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And she has also been plugging her new book on television. So this is her biggest shot right now. This is the best time to give her the opportunity. And then you have Natalya, who, of course, won the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam from Naomi, and then beat her to retain her title at Sin City SmackDown in Vegas a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown. So this is Natalya's, she deserves this run. I mean, she hadn't held a women's title since 2012, so again, she definitely deserves it. She's saying now she's bringing back legitimacy to the women's division because it is Natalya, and she's just. It's just good to see Natalya, the SmackDown, a champion again, because somebody like her, who has worked harder than a lot of wrestlers in the locker room, deserves this shot, and she absolutely deserves this. So, coming from me in this matchup for the SmackDown Women's Championship, again, you can never underestimate the Carmella factor in here. She has the Money in the Bank still with her little dog friend James Ellsworth, so that is also looming in the air to whoever wins this. So coming from me in this matchup, I think it's time to pull the trigger. I think it's the best time to pull the trigger and give Charlotte the shot, this title that she rightfully deserves. Because coming from me, she is the best damn talent on SmackDown Live, and she is the most gifted. Coming from me with what she does, her figure eight, her moonsaults, she does everything almost near perfectly now. And then with, of course, soon they're going to have Paige on SmackDown, so that gives it a little bit more of a depth at the SmackDown roster for the women. Again, I would have loved Asuka on SmackDown, but we're getting Paige. So, coming from me in the SmackDown Women's Championship matchup, I got to go with Charlotte to win because I just think it's time. They've stalled it long enough. I want Charlotte to be the SmackDown Women's Champion, and she can make that title more legitimately prestigious, like she did with the Raw Women's title. So coming from me in this matchup, I'm taking Charlotte Flair to defeat Natalya and win the SmackDown Women's Championship. And now the next matchup. It is a Hell in a Cell match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Of course, it is the challengers. They are the former 4-time SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, because it's down since day one-ish, versus the reigning and defending SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the New Day. Now, this is the 37th Hell in a Cell in the history of the WWE, and it's the first time the tag team titles are going to be defended inside Hell in a Cell, which now means the Intercontinental title is the only title that has not been defended inside Hell in a Cell. So this is making some history for the tag team championships being defended, but this isn't the first tag team Hell in a Cell match. Of course, at the first Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in 2009, we got to see a DX versus Legacy tag team Hell in a Cell match. So this is the second tag team Hell in a Cell match, but it's the first time the SmackDown tag team titles will be defended inside Hell in a Cell. Now, the New Day became the SmackDown Tag Team Champions once again by defeating the Usos in Las Vegas in a Sin City street fight. Now, with the Usos invoking their rematch clause, they wanted another shot at the titles and become 5-time SmackDown, 5-time tag team champions. And of course, last week on SmackDown, the New Day were in the crowd saying, "Oh, we wanna have you inside Hell in a Cell," and it is now confirmed it's going to be in Hell in a Cell. So let me just say that this match is going to be killer. This is going to be the best match of the night, other than the main event. This one's going to be good because with these two teams, it's always good. Every match they're in on pay-per-view since Money in the Bank have been just killing it. And being inside Hell in a Cell, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be just all-out bedlam for sure. So, and with the tag team champions are 7-0 inside at this pay-per-view. So the champions definitely have a huge advantage when it comes to history at this pay-per-view. So coming from me in this SmackDown Tag Team Championship Hell in a Cell match, oh my God, this one's tough because anything can happen when it comes to Hell in a Cell. And man, I'm gonna take the New Day to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships over the Usos, because after this, I want to see a new team come up. Maybe the Authors of Pain will come from NXT to SmackDown Live to make that SmackDown Tag Team division a little bit better. But after this, I hope this is the last time they face each other, because I want some new competition in the tag team division. Again, I love this tag team rivalry, but I think this should be the last match. Every rivalry ends inside Hell in a Cell. So coming from me in this matchup, I'm taking the New Day to retain their SmackDown Tag Team Championships over the Usos. And now the next matchup. It is for the WWE Championship. Now, starting off with the challenger. He is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, and he's looking to start the Nakamura dynasty. He is the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, versus he is the reigning, defending WWE Champion, accompanied by the Singh brothers. He is the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Now, this is a rematch from SummerSlam where, of course, Jinder Mahal retained and defeated Shinsuke Nakamura with the help of the Singh brothers once again, or I like to call the Jinder Special. Now, after that matchup, Jinder Mahal after that match, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Randy Orton to become the #1 contender once again for Jinder's WWE title. So Shinsuke's already beaten John Cena and Randy Orton. So that's saying a lot. Now, starting off with Nakamura, I mean, this is his second opportunity for the WWE title, and this is the match I was very interested in, because this match is not inside Hell in a Cell, which is it definitely hurts Nakamura's chances of winning, because if this was inside Hell in a Cell, he would have the clear advantage, because it takes the Singh brothers out of the situation. But this being a one-on-one match, not inside a cell, definitely puts him in a disadvantage. So he is definitely looking to become the first man to ever hold the NXT title, WWE title, and the IWGP title. I know AJ Styles done it, but Shinsuke is about to do could be doing the Nakamura dynasty. Then on the other side, they have Jinder Mahal, who has of course been the WWE champion since May of this year by defeating Randy Orton, and ever since then, everybody was so happy that he's the WWE champion. Oh yes, it's a new change. They finally given somebody with an opportunity, but ever since then, he has been the weakest WWE champion of all time. I mean, he hasn't even won a match clean. He hasn't won a match without help. He hasn't won. He's been very weak as a WWE champion with promos. I mean, this whole couple weeks on SmackDown have just been the same promo week after week after week, all making fun of Shinsuke's face, making him, insulting him, saying he's Mr. Miyagi, with those kind of like saying those kind of stupid things. And it's just like they're just wasting Jinder Mahal. And I know a lot of people cannot stand him right now. Oh, he's going to talk to his native people of Punjabi. You know, it's just not working anymore. It's just not working for Jinder Mahal as WWE champion. And the fans can see it. I can see it again. And coming from me, I picked against Jinder multiple times on this channel, and he's always found a way to win. So coming from me in this WWE Championship rematch of SummerSlam, as much as I want to pick Shinsuke, if this was in Hell in a Cell once again, I would have had Shinsuke all the way. But this not being in Hell in a Cell, again, I've only picked Jinder once in my SmackDown pay-per-view predictions on this channel. This will be the second. I am picking Jinder Mahal. Yes, I am picking Jinder Mahal to retain the WWE Championship and defeat Shinsuke Nakamura once again. And now the main event, a Hell in a Cell match featuring, of course, the SmackDown Live Commissioner Shane McMahon versus the new face of America and it's Owens fight. It is Kevin Owens. Now, this is the 38th Hell in a Cell in WWE history, and maybe this one is the most personal since maybe 2004 with Shawn and Triple H. This has got to be maybe the most personal Hell in a Cell match I've seen in a while, and I've seen every Hell in a Cell in the history. So this whole thing started after Kevin Owens was unsuccessfully winning the United States title, thanks to Shane McMahon being the referee or having Shane get involved. And then a few weeks ago on SmackDown, Shane McMahon called Kevin Owens out, saying you can't be doing all this stuff like being the referee, doing all this because it's not your job. Now, Kevin Owens, on the other hand, just went off on Shane. He was saying, oh, you've jumped off cells. You've done all this stuff. You even survived the helicopter crash. And he said, and honestly, coming from me, you should have never survived that helicopter crash. And when he said that, it went from 0 to 100 real quick. He was saying that it would have been better off if you didn't survive that helicopter crash. It would have been better off for your family and your kids. And when you insult a man's kids, Shane McMahon lost it. He attacked Kevin Owens. Daniel Bryan had to indefinitely suspend him. And then in Vegas, Vince McMahon came out saying that it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell. And then Kevin Owens said, "I want your word that Shane McMahon cannot be physically provoked by a McMahon." Of course, Vince McMahon agreed, and then hell broke loose. Kevin Owens headbutted Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Yes, he headbutted him, busted him open, kicked him in the ribs, super kicked him, and high fly flowed him, and broke 2 ribs. So when this match went from it's personal to now it's insanely personal, and with Vince McMahon selling all that for Kevin Owens, he must love Kevin Owens to take that kind of a selling, because he got super kicked in the head. He got high fly float from the top rope. He got headbutted by the man. So he must be doing something right to have Vince McMahon sell for him that severely. So and then of course with Shane McMahon, it's his father, it's the patriarch of the McMahon family, and he's saying, "Oh, I'm going to condemn you to Hell in a Cell." And then last week on SmackDown, Kevin Owens viciously attacked Sami Zayn after their match, and Shane McMahon came out, and it just turned into all hell broke loose. So this match deserves to be the main event of Hell in a Cell, and this deserves to be in Hell in a Cell, because this match is going to be maybe the most brutal. We may get some blood, hopefully, but this is going to be the most brutal. Now, Shane McMahon's record inside Hell in a Cell is not good. He's 0-2. But Owens' record, which he was at last year's Hell in a Cell as the Universal Champion, defeated Seth Rollins. So he's coming in 1-0 inside Hell in a Cell. So the clear advantage is for Kevin Owens. Now, this is another question. This is another thing I have to say. What does Kevin Owens gain in winning this match? Does he get a WWE title match? Does he get something? Because this is like the same thing they did with AJ Styles in the beginning of the year going into WrestleMania. Yeah, he beat up Shane McMahon. If you beat Shane McMahon, what do you get? You don't get anything, and which is kind of messed up that he does all this stuff, and then what? You beat up Shane McMahon. Okay, that's fine, but I want to get something out of it. And I think Kevin Owens should ask that, because he is the former Universal Champion, and he never got a rematch for that. So I would say whoever wins this, if Kevin Owens does win this, he deserves a WWE title shot opportunity. So coming from me in this main event, Hell in a Cell match, I'm going to take Kevin Owens to win. I just don't think Shane McMahon's going to win this. He's going to do something crazy and stupid like he usually does in these matches. He's going to jump off the top, and we're going to hear the "For the Love of Mankind" when he did to Taker. He's going to do something crazy. We already know that because it's Shane McMahon. He's going to do whatever he takes to win, and he'll find a way to do some crazy Super McDougal flip 25, 50 times. But coming from me in this Hell in a Cell main event, I am taking Kevin Owens to defeat Shane McMahon. And those are my Hell in a Cell 2017 predictions. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy these predictions. Comment below, who do you have winning all of these matches? Who do you have between the Usos and New Day inside Hell in a Cell? And who do you have between Shane and KO inside Hell in a Cell? I'd love to see your guys' opinions on that. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching. And of course, before you go, you can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button to become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you later today for my New Japan Pro Wrestling, King of Pro Wrestling 2017 predictions. Later days and peace.